Christmas edition of MaxCare Milk Matters, and sorry for the delay in getting this out. We have been a bit tardy on our last couple of episodes. Look, really excited to be coming in towards the end of the year, and I hope your years are finishing off well. We'll just have a quick run around the markets just to let you know what's been happening from a MaxCare perspective. So over in New Zealand, the market from a beef perspective, there's sort of some good numbers coming out of sale yards now that actually gives us a gauge of what's been happening from a beef perspective, probably confirming our thoughts that the market is sort of back about 30%. So we think about 30% less calves reared this year compared to prior years. So it'll be really interesting sort of over the next 12 months. We're quite optimistic that market will turn around. We just think that supply-demand balance really will come into play after a few really sort of soft years from a rearing perspective. So we're really hopeful that we'll see a bit of a bounce there. From a farm gate milk pricing point of view for dairy farmers, look, it is a bit more positive in the last few months. We had a pretty tough start to the financial year with the GDT coming off and sort of forecast for the year coming off pretty significantly. But exciting to see that mid-range forecast sort of back up around that $7.50 mark and sort of looking like it could improve into the new year, which is great, and the longer-term outlook looking a bit firmer as well. So has that had much of an impact at the farm gate? I think just the still, high input cost pressure, the farm gate has still made things really challenging for our farmers over in New Zealand, but still steady demand for milk replacer in that dairy space. We've sort of seen some great results over in New Zealand with some new users and some existing users. We've been doing a lot of work on farm. The team over there, Phil, Debs and Fee, have done a great job, and we're really excited to bring some new kind of information to you in the new year about what's been happening. Coming back to Australia, I guess from a market point of view, we saw the beef and lamb job both come off pretty significantly early in the financial year. Probably back far more than we certainly anticipated, but great to see sort of some rain across large parts of grazing areas across Queensland, New South Wales in the last month, sort of to 2 months, which certainly has improved, and we've seen a good bounce back both in the beef and lamb indicators. So we're sort of hoping that coming into the new year, though, that will continue, demand will continue. Hopefully the seasons go with us, and those markets will continue to bounce, which is great. From a dairy perspective, it's been really positive. Farm gate milk price is still really strong, but certainly those beef numbers are, that beef market has taken a bit of the shine out of it, even for dairy farmers with cull cow pricing, and also sort of beef and bull calf pricing coming back pretty significantly, as well as a softening in that live export heifer demand. But we still have seen, strong demand from a milk replacer perspective into that dairy market, because with milk pricing where it's at, there's still good incentive to get milk into the vat rather than feeding it to calves. So what are we seeing, I suppose, from a pricing perspective in both countries? We'll start with New Zealand. Certainly in New Zealand, we see pricing at current levels, and certainly, if anything, probably looking to increase into the new year. We certainly think we're at a base from a pricing perspective in New Zealand. So if you are looking at rearing in the autumn for 2024, certainly recommend talking to the team over there about locking in those demands, because we don't see any downside from a pricing perspective. In Australia, a bit harder to read. We're at historic highs from a pricing perspective in Australia, so we do see pricing remaining at above those sort of longer term averages into the new year. There's not significant downside, we don't think, but we will be much clearer as we come into the new year, sort of February, March, sort of as we come into autumn. But certainly the main thing being around just securing supply for the next for that autumn rearing period. So if you do have demand, have a chat to Adam and Leslie, and also Lynn in the office about your requirements, and we can work with you from there. If you do have any other queries, please let us know. But really just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who's supported MaxCare this year. We love working with you and hope that you've got great results this year, and hopefully we can improve again in the new year. We're really looking forward to another great year, growing stronger every day with you, growing, stronger animals, stronger people, stronger businesses, stronger industry, and stronger rural communities. So to you and your families and your staff, we wish you all the very best for the festive season. Thanks again for working with MaxCare in 2023, and we'll look forward to seeing you next year. Thanks very much.